Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. I'm Stacy and I hope you're having an awesome day. Today we're doing the book recommendation tag by Stephs. I'm sorry, I butchered the name. I'm so sorry, but I'm gonna put her video in the description so you can go watch it if you want to. And I have some repeats of books. I haven't read that many books. I started reading last year, so there are some repeats, but I feel like this tag kind of shows you my book taste. So the first question is a book you tell people is your favorite. I don't have a lot of 5-star reads, but the ones that I have I'm obsessed with, so I'm just gonna list nearly all of them. But when people ask me what my favorite book is, I often say it's the ACOTAR series, just in general. I don't have all of my books with me because most of them are in Brussels, but the only one that I have from the series is this one. I haven't read this one yet, but yeah, A Court of Silver Flames, I haven't read this one, but I'm gonna do it. I'm just the type of person with series. I often don't read the last one because I don't want it to end. My favorite in the series is A Court of Mist and Fury, so I often say that is my favorite book, but the whole series is my favorite. And Normal People is one of my favorite books. I say that a lot too. And I Was Totally in Dante. I love this book. I mentioned it in my January wrap-up, so if you want to watch that, you can go watch it because I talk about it a lot in that. I annotated like so much. And the second question is a book that is your guilty pleasure. Basically, I would say Magnolia Parks is one of my guilty pleasures because I shouldn't be rooting for BJ and Magnolia, but I still do. I have like a very toxic relationship and I shouldn't be rooting for them, but I am. So I feel like this is a guilty pleasure of mine. I haven't talked about this in any platform, but I ordered the three next books after this. Another one which I didn't like, I really thought I wasn't going to like it. I thought I was going to be bored of it because a lot of other people that I've watched videos said they didn't like it, but I'm currently reading Binding 13 and I'm obsessed. So I feel like that's also kind of my guilty pleasure. I don't know, but I really am obsessed. Like, I've been reading this for like the past three days every single night, and I'm here in my room by myself talking to myself and giggling and screaming and being mad and in pain. The third book, a book everyone loved but you didn't. Okay, I have a lot of those. I feel like a lot of those are Colleen Hoover books. I'm sorry, I'm not shaming anyone that likes them or shaming Colleen Hoover fans. I'm not doing that, but I don't like these in particular. When I started my reading journey, I read Ugly Love by Colleen Hoover, and I swear like, I don't know, I just didn't feel the chemistry between Miles and Tate. Are those the names? I feel like, yeah. Yes. Miles and Tate. There are a lot of pretty red flags about the couple in general and the situation they're in, and I don't know, I just didn't like this, and I gave it I think 2 stars. It wasn't terrible. It's still, I finished it pretty fast, but I don't like the characters and the relationship and how they built their relationship. I feel like one of the books that I hated the most of Colleen Hoover is Verity, and I feel like a lot of people like that one and a lot of people recommend it, but I hated it. I hated the plot twist at the end. In general, the book is very entertaining, but it's the ending that was just destroyed the whole thing for me. Like, I read it and it was at a solid 3-star, and when I read the ending, it dropped to a 1. I was so fucking mad. And also, like, the love interest in the book, I was just like, the police sirens were Nino, 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 Nino in my head. I was like, what do you mean? And a book that I feel like a lot of people liked in 2021 or something, I don't know, is The Hating Game. These books for me are so old, but it's not that old. I read this last year. The fourth question is a book you read the fastest. I feel like I take my time with books, and I am a slow reader, so for me fast is when I read it in like a day or 2, and I have some of those. But that I read the fastest is I Was Totally in Dante. I read this in a day. I basically binged this. I read this one. This is She Gets the Girl. She Gets the Girl is about Alex and Molly, and basically it's a sapphic romance, and I really recommend this if you need something fast to read. Fifth question. So the fifth one is a book that deserves more hype. I feel like the books that I read are already kind of hype books because I'm one of those that takes recommendations from YouTube and stuff. But one of the books that I just read out of, you know, because I wanted to, because I read Delilah Green Doesn't Care. The second book after that is Ashford Parker Ashford Parker Doesn't Fail, and I love that. I gave it 5 stars. I don't know if now that I think about it, if I still would consider it a 5-star read, but in the moment it was, so I'm just gonna keep that. I'm not gonna be changing my ratings of the point in time that I was in, but when I read it, I gave it 5 stars, and I love that book, and I feel like a lot of more people should read the series in general. It's a sapphic romance, and I feel like that's one of the best sapphic romances that I've ever read. That and Delilah Green Doesn't Care, like both of those books, people should read it. I don't care who you are, you should read it because the romance in those are so cute. A book that is becoming a movie TV show. I'm not up to date with the books that are having an adaptation, but I'm pretty sure The 7 Husbands of Evelyn Hugo is getting a TV show on Netflix. We're not gonna talk about the fact that they're not a TV show, they're making a movie about it, that they are making a movie about it and not a TV show with 7 episodes. Like, what's wrong with you? Then It Ends With Us is getting a movie, and then again, we're not gonna talk about the cast. 7. A book you have reread the most. I haven't reread any of my books yet, but I'm probably gonna reread Normal People this year. A book from a genre, I never can pronounce that word, you didn't typically read. Oh, I'm a romance fantasy kind of gal, so I don't really go out of that, but I read A Good Girl's Guide to Murder, which is like a mystery. So I read this and I liked it actually. I gave it 4 stars, but I haven't read the second one and the third one, and I feel like I'm not going to. I feel like I want to get into thriller, even though I'm not really sure if I would like that, but I feel like I want to try one. So if you have recommendations, you can tell me. Okay. A book that deserves all the hype it gets. The books that I'm like, those you should read is the ACOTAR series. As I said, I love it. You should read the whole thing. All of the books are good, and the characters are, if you love like the found family kind of thing, those are your books. I found out that I love that trope. I love having because when you have like the found family, I'm more attached to characters. I'm like, yes, exactly. I love that aspect in books. That's why I love the ACOTAR series and other series that I'm gonna mention in this. After that, okay, I'm not done with it. Okay, I haven't finished Binding 13, but I'm already obsessed. I already know. I'm gonna give that book 5 stars. It depends on how the ending is, because I'm not done, as I said. I'm midway, like I'm in the middle of the book. The book is very long, okay? But Binding 13 already, I get the hype. I get why people love it, because I am already loving it. You know what I mean? I have read 300 pages and already at the page 100 and something, I was obsessed. So I feel like that really much deserves the hype. Listen to the YouTubers that tell you to read this. And this month I read Book Lovers by Emily Henry, and I get the Emily Henry hype now. This also, the floppiness of this book. Like, what do you mean? The Dreamland Billionaire series. If you don't know what I'm talking about, it's the 3 books in the series, which are The Fine Print, Terms and Conditions, and Final Offer. I've read all 3 of them, and when I tell you, I love that series so much, and then I'm so sad that I'm not gonna see the brothers anymore. That series deserves all the hype it gets. When you hear people talk about it, all of it is true. You need to read that. If you love Grumpy X Sunshine, if you love that, if you love a little bit of spice, it has a little bit of spice and good banter, you should totally read that. Number 10, a book you usually recommend when asked to give a recommendation. Okay, it depends on the person. I give different recommendations to different people. Like if we're talking about people that read romance, but I know that you enjoy romance, I most definitely am going to recommend the Dreamland Billionaire series to you. A book that has your favorite characters. A book that has my favorite characters. Okay, I feel like I have a lot of favorite characters and I have an emotional bonding to them. I feel like the book with my favorite characters is A Court of Mist and Fury, and then the rest of them, because in the first one those characters aren't in that one. But I love A Court of Mist and Fury and Feyre and you know who. So I love that universe and all the people in it. I love the found family again in this book. 12. A book you wish you could live in. Okay, I thought about this a lot. Okay, I was like, okay, I love ACOTAR. Okay, I love that series, but I don't want to live in there because they're in the midst of war. Okay, what I mean? Too much violence. Not for me. Even though I would like to meet them, but not for me. So I thought about this. I was like, Magnolia Parks. I want to be bewitched. I want to get all the drama they have. I want to live this lifestyle. Also, I want to meet BJ. So that's why I'm Magnolia, because I have some advice to give. Number 13, a book you thought you would hate but ended up loving. I thought I was going to hate Magnolia Parks because a lot of people say that it is a toxic relationship, and I love like the lovey-dovey stuff, and I love when people are made for each other, and they are made for each other. They're just a little bit toxic. And the same with Binding 13. I thought I was going to be bored and that the book is too long. Though the book is not too long, I don't want it to end. And I have like, it's Binding 13 and Keeping 13 after this, and I have a lot to read, so I'm good. I have 3 other books that are this thick to read. Then 14 is a book that made you cry. I haven't shed tears yet. I haven't read a book and shed physical tears. I have had like my eyes fill up with tears, but they're not flowing. But the books that made my eyes fill up with tears are A Court of Wings and Ruin. That's this 3rd book in the ACOTAR series. If you know, you know. The ending, yeah. The Song of Achilles, the ending, very painful. Very painful. 15. A book you wish you could read for the first time. I have a lot of books that I like. A lot of my favorite books, I wish I could read them for the first time again, just to have the feeling that I had when I read it for the first time again, because no other book gave me that feeling. And I feel like the book where I feel the most about the book that gives me that feeling the most, that's right, is A Court of Mist and Fury, because I read that when I read it the first time. Like the feeling that it left when I finished it, I'm not gonna feel that ever again. The last question for this tag is a book you wish you could... Oh, that was the last one already. Oh, okay, we're done. I've never done a tag, but I've watched a lot of those. I watched a lot of tags before because, you know, OG YouTube and stuff. And I'm happy that I've done my first tag ever as a YouTuber, and I love that. I love doing this. I hope you got some recommendations out of this, and that you get like more of my book taste now. Yeah, that was it. I hope you liked it. If you did, don't forget to like and comment and subscribe. And if you want to see more of me, here are my social media accounts, you know, Instagram and TikTok. And I'll see you next week with a new video, I hope. So yeah, mwah. Love ya. Bye.